Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video on my channel. If you are new, please subscribe and yeah, let's get into this video. As you can see by the title, I am doing a overall review, a tier listing of all the grounds in the championship. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and my ratings on each ground and letting you know what I think of each ground. I'm going to go through each ground in alphabetical order, show you a picture of it, give you my opinion on it, and I'm going to give you a rating overall depending on if I've been to it and what I think of it. So yeah, let's get into this video. It took a while, so please like and subscribe. Right guys, as you've just seen by the photo that I've shown you, the first ground is Barnsley. My home ground, obviously, I go to it week in, week out during the season. I'm only going to do in 30-40 seconds on each clip so I can get through them. But yeah, Barnsley Stadium, I was about 25,000. It's a nice little ground. It's got its three main stands and then the little terrace that I sit in, the old style ground. It's not the newest ground, it's not the most complex ground. It's quite small, to be fair. It's quite small and quite simple. Overall, I like it obviously because it's my ground, but like I say, it's no special. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on each ground in the comments and don't slate me if I don't rate your ground. It's only my opinion. Right guys, the second ground is Birmingham City, St Andrews. I've never been to it, but that's one of the grounds I'll be going to this year. It is a nice little ground, not same as Barnsley's, but it's got its three main stands and then it has got a smaller stand, I do believe. Obviously sharing its ground with Coventry City this season, so yeah, that's a good factor for them. Let me know your thoughts on that, Birmingham City fans. I do like Birmingham's ground, like I say, I'll be going to it this year, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for St Andrews. The next ground is, like I just shown you, another ground that I haven't been to, but I will most likely be going to this season, which is Blackburn Rovers ground. Like I say, it's nothing big, it's nothing special, but it's a nice little ground. I do like Blackburn's ground. I'm going to give it the same rating as what I gave for Barnsley, a 7.5 out of 10. Like I say, I can't wait to go to that ground and many other grounds this year. It's going to be a new one, checked off on my bucket list. It does look nice, it's got a nice big away end so it can bring a decent following. So yeah, I can't wait to go to Blackburn, and that's the rating for that ground. The next one, as you've just seen, is the home of the Bees, the Brentford, their ground. I haven't been to that ground obviously because it's down London and obviously my team's based up north. I don't think I'll be going to Brentford this year. I've never been. I'm not too much of a fan of Brentford. It's a nice old school ground. I'm not a fan of it, that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. The away end's got two little terraces, bottom tier, top tier. It's good when you're singing, banging on the walls, good atmosphere, tight and enclosed. Let me know your thoughts on it if you've been to it, but I've not been to it, so I can't give too much content. That's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 for Brentford's ground. Next, as you've just seen, is Bristol City, another down London club, down south way, Bristol City. I haven't been to that ground and I might go in this year, I'm not too sure. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I do like the ground, it's quite big. I think they're getting a new one built. Is it? No, I think it's Brentford that's getting a new one built. But yeah, I do like Bristol City's ground. We never seem to do well there away, Barnsley. I remember playing them at the start of the season. Of a year, we never seem to win at their ground. But I do like their ground. Our ex-manager, Lee Johnson, is there. So yeah, I do like Bristol City as a club and I do like their ground. That's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Now, moving on to the team that was once in red, but now playing blue. Cardiff City did get relegated from the Premier League. Based in Wales, as you know, they had that really unfortunate incident with the striker that they signed, and then obviously the plane crash. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, Cardiff City's ground, it's a nice big ground, good atmosphere. Shame they couldn't stay up in the Premier League this year with Neil Warnock. Some people like Neil Warnock, some people don't. I wanted them to stay up, but unfortunately they couldn't. They just missed out. But I do like their ground, and I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. I haven't been to Cardiff before, but I'm going to be trying to go to that one this year, definitely. Based in Wales, a good, nice ground, so yeah, 8 out of 10 for Cardiff. The next one on my list is the Valley, where Charlton Athletic play, down south again. I've never been, but it is one of my favourite grounds. That's why I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. They did get promoted with us. The other team to get promoted with us, they did come up through the playoffs by beating Sunderland there, a last minute winner, so congratulating to you, Charlton fans. I do really like the Valley. I really want to go, but I've never been. An 8.5 out of 10 is a really big ground. Quite a lot of fans, you feel it, and a really big away end, so hopefully I can get to go to that ground this year. Some people that go, they give good reviews on it. Nice big ground. It's just quite far for me to travel, but besides that, I do like the ground. So Charlton Athletic, 8.5 out of 10. The next ground I'm going to be rating is one of my favourites actually. I've been there quite a few times, probably 4 or 5 times easily. Derby County, really nice ground. It's big. I've said this for a lot of them, but yeah, it's simple and it's just nice. I like it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. One of my favourites in the Championship. I'm definitely going back there this year. Obviously, shame they couldn't get promoted, losing in the final to Villa. But yeah, Derby, really nice ground, 8 out of 10, and I can't wait to go back there this season. The next one is the final team, no, the second team to get relegated from the Premier League is Fulham and Craven Cottage. Down south, I've never been to Craven Cottage, but I know it's not the biggest ground in the world. It's quite old style ground, so I want to give it a 7 out of 10. Probably if I went to it, it'd get a higher rating. I'm not sure if I'll be going this year. I'd like to go, another ground. Every new ground is good. I want to give it a 7 out of 10. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Fulham. Let me know your thoughts on Fulham's ground. This one, back-to-back ex-Premier League teams, Huddersfield. They survived 2 years in the Premier League and now they're back down to the Championship. Their ground, some of you might hate me from this, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know, it's just, I'm not really a fan of Huddersfield's ground, so that's why I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10, which is the second lowest one on my list, so yeah. 6.5 for the John Smith Stadium. The next one is it's like Derby's ground, but it's not like Derby's ground. It's Hull City's ground. It's like a big arena, two tiers on a couple of stands, and then they've got the one big one. Hull City's ground. It's alright. I've been to it quite a lot of times for football and rugby, so I've been there 4 or 5 times, just like the Derby ground. It's not a bad ground, it's not the best ground. Easy to get to, which is convenient. That's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And I'm definitely going back to Hull City's ground this year. The next one is my favourite ground, despite it being one of our biggest rivals, Leeds United. It is my favourite ground. Ellen Road, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, mainly because I love the ground and the atmosphere is amazing. Even though it's my rivals, you can't dismiss amazing atmosphere and amazing support from a team if they're your rivals or not. Obviously, I love to beat them when we play them. Been to Ellen Road so many times, and the reason why I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 is because I played on the Ellen Road pitch for my football team. And yeah, so it's just a special moment in my life, one of the biggest moments in my life, playing on Ellen Road pitch. The biggest ground I'll ever play on, so I'm giving Ellen Road a 9.5 out of 10. The next is from the best rating in my opinion to the lowest rating. We're going to Kenilworth Road in Luton. Luton, the team that came up with us. Not been to their ground, but as some people refer to it, it's Tin Pot. To them, they squeeze quite a lot of fans in, and the atmosphere for them is good, but I'm not a fan of the ground, how you've got to walk through houses. I know it's old school, but I don't really like it. That's why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. You guys might hate me for it, but it's my personal preference. You guys will have different opinions to me, so I'm giving Kenilworth Road a 6 out of 10. But they are meant to be getting a new ground, so yeah. The next one is another big ground, and another ground I do like. Middlesbrough ground, the Riverside Stadium. I think I've been once, or I think I've been once, but it would have been ages ago if I did, so I can't really remember it. When I was younger, when I was a kid, when I was a little babby, giving it an 8 out of 10. It's a nice big ground. I'm not sure how many fans they get. I know they used to do, but since they've been bottling the playoffs last year, I'm not sure how many fans they get, but I'm giving Middlesbrough 8 out of 10, and I'll definitely go in this year. The next one, as a lot of people describe it, is a very dangerous place to go to, but only if you make it dangerous for yourself and you get in with a long crowd of people. It is Millwall away. Dangerous place to go to, as you know. Feel sorry for you Millwall fans that are the hooligans, but every team got that bunch, and Millwall's bunch are quite nutty. So yeah, I'm going to give their ground a 7 out of 10. I've never been, but it's not the best ground in the world, and a lot of people don't like it. But yeah, not much more to say as I've never been. The next one is one of my favourites in the league once again, Nottingham Forest. I've been there quite a few times. I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I just like the whole structure to the ground. It's big, yeah. But no, I like how it's easy to get to, and you've got to walk off that bridge right next to the river. It's got that own cool style to it. I like it with river next to it, and I like the ground inside. Nice big away end behind the goal, and it's a good atmosphere there for the Forest fans. Shame they couldn't sneak into the playoffs. They dropped off towards the end of the season, but yeah, I gave Nottingham Forest ground an 8.5 out of 10. The next round is another one I've been to several times. It is Preston North End's ground. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Nothing special, but it's quite a nice little ground. Not sure how many it holds. I know it's not small, but I do like Preston North End. I've been there quite a few times, in a couple of times, and when we used to be in the Championship, we've seen Barnsley lose at Preston. I've seen Barnsley win at Preston. So yeah, I've been there 4 or 5 times, just like Derby and Hull, and I'm giving Preston a 7.5 out of 10. Here's another low one on my list, down south, QPR. Surprisingly, I've been to it, so I don't go to many games down south. I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. You guys might blame me for this, but I'm not a fan of QPR's ground. It's small, not tacky, but I don't know, it's just not my type of ground. Personal preferences, I don't like it. You guys might like it, like you guys might like the Luton with the old style, with the little bridge walking through back at houses, but yeah, I'm not a fan of QPR's ground, and I probably won't be going this year, so I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. The next one is another strange one, down south, Reading. Surprisingly, I've been to it, say it's down south, and like I say, I don't go to many down south grounds. Probably won't be going this year, the Majestic Stadium. It's quite a big stadium, I actually like it. It's got a good feel to it, good atmosphere. But it did the last time I went, which were a couple of years ago. The away end's proper far up in the top, I do believe. I think the last time I went, I was proper young, just like the QPR ground. But yeah, the Reading ground's quite nice. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. We always seem to play Reading away on a Tuesday night, but we never win, so yeah. The next one, surprisingly, I haven't been to, but I will definitely go into it this year. Hillsborough, home of Sheffield Wednesday. It's quite a nice big ground. Obviously, everyone knows Hillsborough for the Hillsborough disaster. Not a good thing to talk about, and I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, without being to the Sheffield Wednesday ground, I can't say much on it. From the pictures, it does look quite nice. I know it's always rammed around Sheffield when there's games on. But yeah, obviously their rivals are in the Premier League, and I do like Hillsborough, so I'm giving Hillsborough a 7.5 as well. The next ground is the Bet365 Stadium, I do believe it's still called. The ex-Premier League Stoke City, they came down I think last year, and they didn't manage to do much, finishing below mid-table, very low for their standards with some of the players and budgets they got, so I'm guessing they'll be pushing for playoffs next year. Never been to their ground, but it's another one I'll be going to next year. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I'd like to, Holly's ground I'd like to rate higher, but I've never been to them, so yeah, just doing it off opinions and pictures. Right guys, this is the third to last one, Swansea City, the other Welsh team in this league. Swansea City, I've never been to the ground, so this is another one I can't comment on too much. It's a nice little ground, not little, but it's not big, but it's not a bad ground. Another one last time I remember playing Swansea on a Tuesday night, and we never win there either, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'd like to give it more. I won't be going there this year, but yeah, I'd like to give it more, but I've never been, so I can't. Last two, and I've been to both, so I can give an opinion on both. The second to last one is West Bromwich Albion. I went there quite a long time ago, and I remember it was nearly the last minute. We were drawing, no, we were winning. I think we were about to do the double over them, and they scored it last minute and drew against us or beat us, I can't remember, but I remember them scoring it last minute. West Brom are quite young, I can't really remember it. It's a nice ground, to be fair. They got into the playoffs, lost on penalties unfortunately for them for promotion, but yeah, I'll be going back to West Brom this year, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And we're on to the final ground, Wigan Athletic, my rugby team that I support, so I've been to Wigan 3 or 4 times. People can say it's quite a simple ground, but I do like the theme of it with the 4 separate things, and it's quite a big ground, to be fair. 25,000, so it's not the biggest, but it's not the worst. Like Barnsley, it's not a bad little stadium. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, and I'll be going back there this year. So yeah, that is my overall rating Championship grounds done. Some of you guys might not agree with what I've done. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. This video might be a bit long, I do apologise, but yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the editing with all the pictures in between, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.